Planet magazine.
Also known as Wednesday 13.
Welcome to Brutal Planet Magazine.
Welcome to Brutal Planet Magazine.
This is all coming up, and y'all welcome to Brutal Planet Magazine.
You're listening to Brutal Planet.
Hey, what's up, everybody? CJ Pierce here from Toronto Pool, and you're listening to Brutal Planet Media right here. Get yourself.
Hey, I'm Steve from Within the Ruins, and this is Brutal Planet.
Greetings, Brutal Planet. Eric, I'm going to let you do the intro this time.
Greetings, Brutal Planet. This is Eric Peterson with Eric Peterson.
No, I'm Eric Peterson.
No, I'm Eric Peterson. Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Hello, me. That's fun. How you doing? How you guys doing?
Good.
Good, man. Thank you for taking the time. It's Sunday.
Sunday. Fun day.
Sunday fun day, yes.
I always wanted to ask you, just not to jump in right off the bat, but since we're on that theme, I've been a Testament fan since I was a kid. Is there like a religious aspect to you guys' music? Like, were you ever like quote unquote in a Christian band, or like was that ever kind of a thing for you guys?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I had to ask.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talk about a lot of different topics and stuff, but we're not a Christian band. I mean, I think we've talked about Christianity before. We've talked about guilt, a lot of Catholic stuff, politics, fantasy. I mean, if you're a fan,
Yeah, Souls of Black is like one of the first Testament tracks I got into, right? And I mean, that has like spiritual connotation to it. It's not necessarily Christian, but
yeah, to me that's kind of political, I think. But yeah, the album cover's got some spirituality to it for sure.
Yeah. So you guys are headed out on tour in the US here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's coming up. I think I leave like in 11 days. It's going to start in Reno, and we're going to be touring with Creator co-headlining and Possessed. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's like 7 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some OG thrash bands.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Possessed forever, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then we've toured with Creator before, so that should be some fun.
Yeah. And then so is it you guys going to do any festival stops too? Like anything in there too?
I haven't really looked at the dates. We well, I mean, I've seen the cities, but I don't.
Yeah.
It might be one or two, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if the festival in the States go through the fall. Well, that's not true because the one in Sacramento is in October. So, but we just did like 5 weeks in Europe. We did all the, like half of it was festivals in Europe. That was a lot of fun.
It was cool. I saw, I didn't see it. I heard that you guys have Chris drumming for you now. I had to represent his old stuff for us, and
he's doing a great job. I can't wait for everybody to hear his performance on the new record.
He's such a badass. And I guess when you guys were in Greece, I didn't realize he spoke Greek. So he's
a Greek.
Yeah, that's cool. So he was helping out with some of the translation, huh?
Yeah, he did good. He was really, really nervous because we were backstage and he was kind of just practicing a little bit because he already kind of speaks it. And I'm like, okay, what are you going to say? And then he just goes, he goes, okay, I'm going to say, hello, hi. And then he said that. And I go, okay. And then I'm going to say something like, how's everybody? I go, how do you say that? He goes, oh, shit. But when it came time, he delivered. He did his little drum solo. Then he got up and spoke. And yeah.
Nice. So just because is he Greek? So I'm going to refer back to some of my Greek movie theme. Does he use Windex for everything?
I don't know.
Okay.
He with me a lot, so I've kind of messed with him. I'm like, he'll be eating breakfast and I'm spraying Windex everywhere, and it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you don't know what this is?
That's funny.
Greek. That's
Yeah.
a Windex.
Yeah.
I read that Steve DiGiorgio is playing with you guys right now from Death.
Yeah, he's been with us since 2013.
Oh wow! See, that's how out of the loop I am.
Yeah, he's been, and then he joined the band in 1999, and then he left in 2010 for 2010, something like that. He left for a while. Gray came back for a while, and then that didn't work out, and he came back.
Man,
So,
Testament's one of the original Bay Area thrash bands. How do you guys still kind of pal around with some of the other bands from that, like Exodus and Metallica and
Slayer and those guys?
Well, Slayer's LA, but
yeah.
I mean, we're all touring a lot, so we don't. If we see each other at festivals and stuff, I mean, we've toured a lot with Exodus, so we see them like every day. Metallica, we don't really see that much. We've played, I think the last time we played with them was a festival in Germany, like 2015. And I think we ran into them, got to take a picture, and they said that we won the Hair Club award or whatever, something like that.
Because you guys still have all your hair?
I guess that's what he meant.
Okay. Well, they cut theirs off, to be fair.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eric. I didn't mean to.
No, I was going to ask you. Since we have this connection by our same name. It was interesting because I was reading on your Wikipedia page that I had read before, and I didn't ask you before, but I didn't realize your dad was from Sweden, and
his family's from Sweden,
and
then my family's from Mexico.
Yeah. And see, we're cousins, and our grandfather's from Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he migrated when he was 6 years old from Sweden.
Okay.
So
I wonder if they changed. Where did he come through? Minnesota or?
He did Ellis Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did change his name to the 1S.
Okay. Oh, so it was two. Peter's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those Swedes have the double S in their name, like Ericsson.
Yeah. Yeah, I think back then when they came through, they just looked at it, and if they didn't like the way it looked, they went, maybe if you're Dutch, if you're Langhuizen, they went, oh, okay, Lang.
Yeah. They're just like, we're not dealing with all that.
Yeah.
Well, just out of curiosity, where at in Sweden, was he from?
Stockholm.
Oh, he was. Okay. See, our grandfather was from Gothenburg, so the other side of the.
Okay. Yeah, and then my grandmother's side, they were Samson. They're from Uppsala.
Uppsala. Oh yeah.
We're all Swedish mutts here.
Yeah, we are.
Sweetest Mexican you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
You got the good Latino mix in there too. That's awesome.
See.
So when you start touring again through the U.S., do you have you've toured through the U.S. so many times? Is there places you just are so look forward to go back to, or like restaurants, venues, or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, so we're not playing New York City this time. We're playing in New Jersey, but New York City is always a lot of fun. There's a lot of good restaurants there. I'm real excited to go to Canada again. We haven't been to Montreal for a while. That should be pretty good. And yeah, I mean, we've been touring so much. It's all the cities are, the crowds are really good. It used to be kind of different, but now they're all, I don't know if it's because of the internet and they see what's going on, how other crowds react, but it used to be only in Europe the crowds put their hands up and clapped and did the hey heys and all that stuff, and now kind of everybody in the States is doing that. So we have some great shows.
And I mean, you didn't mention it, but I know that you're excited to come to Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what's that place called? Red Iguanas or something?
Oh yeah, Red Iguana. Yeah, that's a great place.
They're good.
Yeah.
The last record you guys put out was in 2020. Do you guys have new stuff on the burners at all?
Yeah, we have a new record. It's like 90% done. and it's going to get mixed in December by Jens Bogren. He's a producer from Sweden, and he's done, he's done like a Creator. He's doing the new Behemoth right now. He's done In Flames, Arch Enemy, a lot of European bands. But we usually work with Andy Sneed, but he's in Judas Priest.
Yeah.
And he's just like, bro, I need some time off. Let's maybe. It's a good squish, though. I think Jens will do a good job. Jens. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff on this record. I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
So is this same guy doing the artwork that you did from the last album?
Maybe.
Okay.
We haven't really crossed that bridge. We got to
okay.
see what happens.
Nice.
I love Testament's progression because I kind of really got into the band during the Ritual era, and I feel like in that era it was kind of like we did a whole thing about how like, because of the Metallica record, like a lot of bands kind of got picked up by bigger labels and did more produced, kind of polished records. But Testament's one of the few bands that actually got heavier after that, like a lot heavier. Was that a conscious decision, or did it just kind of happen naturally?
Well, so the original lineup lasted through the Ritual. Those are our first 5 records, and that was we had one more record with Atlantic. And I remember when they Alex had left, and Lou was in the band still, but then he kind of left, and we ended up getting John Tempesta, and then we got James Murphy in the band. And we're working on stuff, and I kind of wanted to go back to more kind of heavier stuff, especially with Johnny, more thrash stuff, and Louis kind of wanted to be more rock. Anyway, long story short, the Atlantic sent their AR guy over, and he was asking if we could be, throw some alternative sounds. And this is 90, 92. And we're all, oh yeah, we're going to be alternative. And so, he's like, oh, cool. So he sat down. We're okay. Ready? This is called Dog Face Gods.
That's one of my favorite Testament records too. Low.
Yeah. And then, so our argument was, it is alternative. It's, everybody's wearing plaid shirts and, trying to sound like Nirvana. And we're like, here's some death metal now.
Yeah. We are alternative. Yeah, we're alternative to what the mainstream is now.
Yeah, and it was funny for Chuck too. He had done some of those guttural, like on Practice, and I don't know if he did them on Souls of Black. I think on Practice he did it a couple times, and Disciples of the Watch. When I wrote the lyrics to it and I was showing him, and he was trying to sing it, I go, no. Do that, and he goes, what word? I go, all the words. And so when he did it, we were just all like, whoa. It was really cool. So that was our first attempt for Testament to dabble in, melodic death metal.
Yeah,
fun.
Chuck has such a great, that song Low is one of my all-time favorites too. He has such a great, such a signature sound, but such a great melodic voice for heavy music.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like when he switches it up a lot. That's on this record too. I mean, he's got some screaming, he's doing some lows, he's doing a lot of singing. We have a ballad called Meant to Be, and that's probably going to be one of the better ones. I mean, I think all of them are good, but this one's really going to stand out. I mean, it sounds like we, dug it up from the 80s or something.
Nice. When did Alex come back to the band, and what made him decide to do that?
I think it was like 2008. We got invited. So the band was already kind of, we were going through all these drummers and all these guitar players, and we were just like, oh my God, we were turning into like Weekend Warriors. The Dynamo, a festival in the Netherlands, asked us if we wanted to join. I think there was some other bands. It was Exodus. No, it wasn't Exodus. It was Anthrax. They were going to get Joey back and do like their original lineup kind of thing. And they asked if we would, want to participate, if that would be possible. So we reached out to Alex and Greg, and Louie. And Lou signed on, and he said he could do, you know, some songs because he wasn't playing drums anymore. He was like in the furniture business now, doing antiques and stuff. So John Tempesta said he would do it, and they kind of split it up. And it was going to be that show, and then we were going to do a club show. And then people found out about it, and then it was going to be, we had the shirt made that said 7 Days in May. We have a song called 7 Days in May from Souls of Black. So it was going to be that. And then we went to Europe to do these, and I don't think we came home for like 2 months because shows kept popping up, and I think we stayed on tour for like a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
We went to do 2 shows, and it just went nuts. People went, you know, just loved the whole idea of what we were doing, and you know, the sound was kind of there again. Yeah. Even our players, I think, did a good job, but you know, we had the OGs in the house again, so that was really cool. And then, of course, you know, we ended it with doing a record, which we didn't think it was going to continue, but we did. We came back with the Formation of Damnation, and it just stuck, you know. Of course, the drummer stick. Louis, we ended up going to Japan. Louis ended up doing the set by himself, which was great. When we went to go write the record, you know, I was like, you know, air drumming stuff to him, like, you know, he's like, what? Then he just went, dude, I had fun, but I'm, you know, I didn't sign up for this again. So then we got Bostoff in the band, and he did that record. Then after that, you know,
Brotherhood of the Snake.
We got Gene, and then Gene was in the band forever, he was actually just going to do the record, but then he did the tour. I think Gene lasted like almost a decade with us. That was really surprising. He might have been one of the longest drummers in the band, but was only, you know, there to do a tour or a record. He did Demonic with us in '97, but he didn't follow up with the tour. So
the Brotherhood of the Snake record too is another one of my favorite Testament albums.
Yeah, that was a fun record.
Sorry, Eric. I hijacked.
No, it's fine. No, I was just gonna ask him because we were. I saw you guys. I didn't see you, but I saw the live stream or a stream of you guys playing at Wacken this year. How was that?
Well, I don't know. How did it look?
It looked pretty badass.
Was that the show where so we have a kabuki with our skull.
Uh-huh.
And you know, we start to say dun 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 dun, and it goes. Then everybody's like, yeah. I think that show, it half fell down or something. Or it fell down and they had to pull it down. It didn't work right. Do you know what a kabuki is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't work right. And me and Chuck are just looking at each other like, fucking hell.
Every band has their Spinal Tap moment.
Yeah. It was, and we just laughed it off. Like, you know, I think back in the day, we probably would have got mad, or Chuck would have, like, you know, hit somebody or kick one of the guys or something. I don't know. I'm exaggerating, but no, I mean, we just kind of went, yeah, whatever.
And you could have had you could have had the little Stonehenge lower down for you.
We've done that too, you know. Yeah, so the Stonehenge thing is really funny. We traveled from Stockholm to Finland, and it was a boat ride. It was an 11-hour boat ride, and we got stuck on the ferry. There was a big storm coming in, but somehow they let our bus go on the ferry, and for 8 or 9 hours, it was a Category 4. So it was like the boat was going.
Oh shit!
You know, you're watching your shirt in your room go like this.
Yeah.
And so our truck, they didn't let our truck come. So when we got to the show, Chuck's will throw up a small T-shirt, you know, as our backdrop. One small T-shirt.
Oh, that's funny.
Gary Holt, you know, we were playing with Exodus, and he came out and he goes, "That was the best show ever."
Oh, that's funny.
He goes, "Yeah, but you guys were just crazy," and you know, I think we got drunk too, like, "Oh, fuck this."
Yeah.
And after clothes, we were wearing our sweatpants and borrowing everybody's guitars, and so it just turned into like a punk rock show.
Nice.
Those are always the best, but I wouldn't want to do that every night.
No. Were you there long enough that you got to see any other bands at the festival?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Amon Amarth.
Nice.
What else did I see? Saw a little bit of Uli.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a lot of bands playing,
Cool.
seeing a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Festivals I go out and go, oh, Satiricon's playing, or we did some shows with Behemoth, went out and watched them. So
those guys got to be a fun show just to watch. You know what I mean? Especially from a side stage, just sitting there watching the whole, between watching them and watching the crowd at the same time.
Ooh, Behemoth?
Yeah.
Well, with their new stage stuff, if you're on the side of the stage, you can't see shit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Got all the stage stuff. I mean, you see their booths, you're like, I think that's the bass player. So I would go out in the crowd and watch them.
Huh.
That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I mean, if they're watching this, like, you did go out in the crowd.
Yeah.
Some nights, go and check it out and just be like, yeah, cool.
I mean, what's the most? So, I mean, that's a very theatrical show. What do you think the most theatrical kind of stuff Testament's ever done?
I think this last tour, we got a really, really cool stage setup. I think the first time we ever did risers with stairs and lights and really big backdrop and all that stuff was it was called the Carnage Tour.
Okay.
And that was Testament, Megadeth, and Slayer. I think that's it. And I remember those guys watching a sound check going, they sure got a lot of stuff up there. And it was cool. I mean, it was a lot of fun, but we had everything on set carts. You could just roll everything off, and it was a lot of fun. So we try to, when we do shows, we try to have some production going on. I mean, not like Kiss or anything, but
I was gonna say, so nobody hooks you up to like a cable and you swing out across the crowd onto a little pedestal and jam on your guitar and then slide back, and
that's Kiss's trip.
Yeah. or you guys don't have a drum kit that just rotates and
yeah, forward.
Yeah.
All the way out, even the small clubs, we got this big crane that comes
nice
in. Yeah.
Cut the roofs off the small clubs and everything,
Yeah.
Nice.
So Testament. Oh, I didn't. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, we're gonna spend the money and do all that,
Yeah.
Testament is a OG thrash band. You guys have been around for years. Very influential, I would say. Are there any musicians who have come up to you and said like, "Oh, Testament was a huge influence on me," that would surprise us, or any that you were like, "Wow"?
Well, that's funny because our last show in Europe, we played. It was a festival in Denmark, and a lot of the festivals are usually black death metal, thrash metal, heavy bands. This one in Denmark, Mr. Big was playing with us, and we're really good friends with Eric Martin, especially Chuck. And there's a band called, I think it's Anastasia, not Anastasia.
Avantasia.
Sorry. Actually, Chris's singer from Seven Spark.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had a great, we were just having a lot of fun, had a great time on stage, and Billy Sheehan came into our room after we were done and just was like, bowing to us, going, "Oh my God, I've seen you guys before, but you guys you guys were so inspirational. You make me want to go on stage right now." And just, I mean, he couldn't have said enough to boost our egos. Like, whoa. We're
That's
like,
high praise.
Alex kept going, "This is legit."
Billy Sheehan, I saw him play with his Niacin project and stuff, man. That guy's an animal.
Yeah. So it was really cool to hear that from somebody, like Billy, who's been in the industry for a long time. And, he wasn't blowing smoke up our ass. He was being, you could tell his heart. He wasn't like, "Show, man." But he kept going, "No, seriously." So that made us feel good. That was cool. So right on, Billy.
Yeah,
that's huge.
The cool thing I was going to ask Seven Spires, Chris's old band. That's Adrian Cowan, the singer. Have you heard her sing?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, right?
Yeah,
With the Avantasia.
yeah,
Oh yeah, she's great. She's got a good range.
yeah. I've never heard somebody sound like an angel 1 second and then sound like the devil the next second.
Okay, so I never heard her death voice.
Oh, she has an amazing death voice.
Okay, and Avantasia, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Avantasia, she is like her, she sings for Toby, but her own project, the Seven Spire stuff, she's amazing. She's amazing when she sings that really death growl. Almost, there's some of their music, their last album sounds a little bit like Flesh God Apocalypse kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's very orchestrated and stuff like that. So
yeah, we ran into them, that band.
Yeah.
Flesh
at
God.
Back in the Apocalypse band.
Yeah. Flesh
Yeah.
God Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And we also ran into I'm drawing a blank right now. The Final Countdown band.
Europe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, is Flesh God Apocalypse Italian?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Chris knows
Joey Tempest is who you're thinking of from.
yeah, Joey.
Yeah, and they're from Sweden too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was looking at his pocket to see if he had one of those little round. Sometimes a lot of people, they have the snooze.
Uh-huh.
And their pockets have like a indentation because you know they're from Sweden when you go, oh, that guy's from Sweden.
And
I wasn't checking fast. I was just
and the chicks have those rings too, because a lot of Swedish chicks chew that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I get it, I go in there. I go, I'll take the women's portion.
Oh,
The other one, you put it in. You're just especially if you're having a beer or two, you're just like,
Yeah.
If you don't do it, so
Yeah. So you guys are pretty close with Eric Martin then, huh?
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I interviewed him before he came to Salt Lake, and we were chatting, and I ended up bringing him. It was funny because he was like, "Get me a shirt. Will you get me a shirt from Salt Lake?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get you a shirt." So I went up to this place and I got him a shirt that says SLUT, and it's got a comma after the L, so it says slut. And he's like, "This is awesome!" And he like wore it. And he was so proud of that shirt. He just loved it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you got him a Heavy Metal Shop shirt.
No, I didn't get him one of those.
What does it say after?
It just says SLUT, and then it's down the bottom it says Salt Lake, Utah.
You're all, and it says something on the.
No.
Just says slut.
Yeah, it just says slut. So
That's
funny. Yeah, I was gonna get him a Heavy Metal Shop shirt, but I didn't get him one of those.
Right. Well, when I come through town, you could get me a shirt.
Yeah, you tell me what you want. You want a slut shirt or you want a Heavy Metal Shop shirt?
How about a Red Iguana shirt?
I can get you one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they make shirts?
They've got to. They're enough of a staple in this that they do.
I'll Venmo you too when you.
Is Red Iguana like a brewery?
No, it's a Mexican restaurant, but that place is always busy.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're like California, like good, like
Yeah.
Mexican, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, Eric Martin's a great guy. I love that guy. And he sings too for Avantasia.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about Toby is he's assembled a lot of amazing singers because he's just got such a reputation. He has Jeff Tate from Queensryche. He has Eric Martin singing for him. He has like so many people that want to come and sing for him.
Yeah, backstage I've seen all these, everybody's dressed in ruffle shirts and
Yeah.
Wow, this is like 80s. What bands are playing? And there's so many people. When I went on stage, I go, "Oh, they're all in this band."
Yeah. And you know who else sings an Avantasia song is Billy from Creator. He sings a song with him.
Billy? Who's Billy?
Millie. Millie.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Avantasia is kind of more like a rock opera, right? Almost.
Yeah, I mean it's more of a he's more power metal, but he incorporates a lot of different elements into his music, but It's like when you go see an Avantasia show, like Dustin went with me to LA, it's a 3-hour show.
Yeah, that was my take on it. It was like a rock opera.
Yeah. But
Does his stuff have like storylines and stuff like that?
some of it does, some of it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. You got to see you've got to see a lot of people this summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, festivals are like that. You run into a lot of people. We're passing Joey. Not Joey, I'm sorry. Frankie from Anthrax.
Uh-huh.
Terracon.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's your corpse paint?
Anthrax is like so not that band too. They've always been kind of like the working class metal band.
Yeah,
I never see them wearing makeup.
They're all doing a lot of projects right now, but we're going to be touring with them in Europe, November, December. Creator, Anthrax, and Testament.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
That's going to be fun. Yeah.
Are you guys coming through Albuquerque, New Mexico on that tour?
Yes, we are going to be there, I think, in October.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there.
Is that where you're from?
I just moved out here actually from LA. I was in LA for 25 years and I just kind of packed up and moved out to Albuquerque recently. I have some family out here and stuff. So it's a cool city. I'm really impressed with it.
Right. And that's very seasonal there, right? Is it hot and then it snows also there or something?
It doesn't, it snows, but like by the time the sun gets to noon, it's gone. It's pretty hot down here, but it does cool off in the winter months.
Friends that live there and they move there to, with their guns and doing hunting and all that stuff. And well, they go to Alaska for that. They get dropped off and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
It definitely has kind of a old West. Like there's definitely like almost like a old West mentality here. There's a lot of guns. Obviously it's a little more, what's the word I would use? Frontier, I guess, than Los Angeles.
Yes, I don't know where he lives. I don't know if there's like higher elevation areas.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe that's where he's living at. I don't know.
I'm like kind of in the downtown area, which is like the old school, the center of the city, but there's like surrounding areas that have like really cool kind of like adobe houses and stuff and in the hills. And there's a lot of more, like there's people with ranches out on the north side. And
yeah, every time we come there, it's summer and it's so hot. Like, hey, do you know where there's any restaurants? Like, yeah, just walk down that street. Half hour later, we're like, oh.
I haven't been here long, but what I understand from the locals is that the fall is the best time of year here. So October is probably the perfect time to show up.
Yeah. And are you in the East Bay?
I'm in the Sacramento area.
Oh, you are? Okay. So that's why the sun's shining, because I thought you were in the Bay Area, and I grew up in Northern California too. So I'm like, the sun's shining there, and he's got a rare day in the Bay Area.
Yeah. So it's dark in other places, but I chose to, do it here.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the tour, and I will definitely make sure and get you a Red Iguana shirt.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There you go.
Well, we should probably let you get on your way since it's Sunday afternoon, man. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
So we had we're going to talk about this tomorrow because we do like a Monday Night Raw, and I wondered if you had any take. This year is the celebration of the 40th anniversary of the first W.A.S.P album.
Okay.
Do you have any takes on that album? Do you remember like when it came out, like when you first heard it, like that kind of stuff?
Were you a W.A.S.P fan?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, I used to see them before they had their record out, and we would always drive, not always, but when we'd go to LA when we were Legacy, I think I seen them at the Troubadour, but they were throwing like raw meat out to the audience. I'm like, I just seen their flyer. I forgot who else was playing with them, but yeah, I love that record. Sleeping in the Fire. It's
Yeah.
my favorite songs. his voice is just amazing. You know, he's got one of those voices where he's like a singer. I think.
Yeah.
You know, you're all that's Blackie Lawless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You know exactly who it
Signature
is.
style.
Yeah.
Also like a rugged voice.
Yeah, it's like a raspy, you know, smooth, raspy voice. I don't know.
And see, the funny part is when the first album came out, I remember that it didn't have Fuck Like a Beast on it, but then they re-released some stuff and it has it on it. Because I remember the Fuck Like a Beast coming out as a single, like an EP to begin with before that album came out.
Yeah, I got the disc. It's like a saw blade.
Yeah, on the cod piece. Yeah.
It's a cod piece.
XX, you know, K like the beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That band was so edgy for that time too. Like when I listen to that stuff now, I'm like, wow, this was pretty like out there for 1983, was it?
Yeah.
84 is when that came out.
84.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty not popular, but it was okay to shock people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People go, I'm offended.
And then the best part to me, I thought it was funnier hell, was when the Decline of Western Civilization came out, that show, and Chris Holmes was sitting in that pool just chugging the Jack Daniels with his mom sitting right next to him.
Chris Holmes, oh my God. So yeah, where did we see? We seen him on, not this summer, but last summer. We played Hellfest.
Okay.
And we were in our dressing room, and he was just, some guy was just being crazy and talking. And Chuck's just laughing. We're talking, and I'm like, you know, he's like, hey, shook my hand. Hey, what's up, man? And Chuck's like looking at me like, you don't know who this is? And I'm like, then I took a second look. I'm like, Chris Holmes? And he goes, yeah. And then I think we talked him in. I think it was Guns N' Roses or someone he offended, and we talked him in to go apologize and, you know, what to say. And he goes, took a big swig, you know, of our vodka, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And he just ran out of our room, and I think he went and did it. It's pretty funny. He's crazy.
I saw him recently on a video, and he's sober now, and like, you know, obviously much older and a little bit wiser. So
we got somebody in the YouTube chat that says, "Hey, hi Eric. Who's he talking to? Is he talking to you or me? Is he talking to you or me?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought there was more to that than just hi, Eric.
Yeah.
Hello, me. Meet the.
Yeah, exactly.
Which Eric are you speaking to?
Yes.
I think it's probably,
it's probably not me. It's Eric Peterson who he's talking to.
Right.
The
Eric Peterson.
Yes, the Eric Peterson.
My alternative Eric Peterson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. then he puts up another one that says Peterson.
There's a lot of Eric Petersons out there.
Yeah. It's like Jim Smith.
I think, you know, when I tour a lot, so like, you know, I think a waiter's come up to me and he's got, you know, Eric P. I'm Eric P. And then, you know, I think I airport some guys from SAS, Swedish airline. I'm Eric Peterson.
So our grandfather's name was Eric Peterson.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So that's where I got my name.
So you're Eric Jr. Peterson.
Yeah, I'm Eric Jr. Yeah.
So you're not a real Eric Peterson. You're
yeah.
He's Eric Peterson the second.
The second. Yes.
All right.
Well, Eric, it was amazing to talk to you again, and we'll have to catch up when you guys hit Salt Lake.
Right. Yeah. We're doing our first 2 records. You know, because we've done that before as like specialties, like here and there, but doing a whole tour, I'm realizing, you know, I thought like, oh God, this is, you know, we were so crazy when we wrote this, and it's just like, everything's just like, but now, you know, I was talking to somebody, I think it was from our label, and I was telling him that, and then I played him our new music, and he goes, this is even crazier. Yeah, I think that influenced, you know. So,
yeah.
Cool.
Excited to hear the new stuff, man. Honestly, thank you again. Testament again is a band I think is like legendary thrash band. You guys are one of the originals, so we really appreciate and are honored to have some of your time, man.
I think that one of the cool things is too is that you guys have pretty much stuck to your roots. You know what I mean? You haven't cut your hair. You haven't looked like Cuban cigars sellers and that kind of stuff. You just like we're just gonna hear and pound that kick ass.
They went the Metallica route or the Pantera route, not the Metallica route.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, both great bands, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Record and I mean, Metallica's really done a lot for metal, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're a stadium band, but they, you know, they come out and play Whiplash and right. I mean, what if they didn't play that stuff and they just went? But they don't.
Oh man,
I'm not trying to pun what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Totally. We were when I was a kid. We grew up in Mormon, Utah, and Metallica was like.
Wait, are you a slut?
Yes, of course. but when we grew up, like Metallica was like the devil music, and now like those families are like at Metallica shows.
Yeah.
Everybody's a Satanist now.
Yep. Yeah. All the Mormons converted.
Yep.
Well, thanks again for your time, man.
Right on, guys.
Hope to see you guys in Albuquerque.
Thanks,
Take care.
Okay.
Later.
Keep it brutal, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.